Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Turning Point USA, when Charlie was hosting the debate between Dave Smith and the other gentleman, he asked him point blank, is Israel an ally of the United States? Dave Smith said no. So that's where Dave Smith is, who happens to be Jewish. But here's a couple different thoughts here. Candace is a shock jock, and she is such a good one, man. She is such a good one. So were Candace and Charlie friends? Yeah, they were. I challenge anybody, please help me out here. Show me one picture, one podcast, one evidence that they've even been in the same room in the last 2 years. The last thing I found, the last time they did anything was on October 3rd, 2023. Ironically, a couple days before October 7th. Show me any evidence that they've been in touch, they've been in dialogue, they've done anything together. I would love to see it. So they were friends. I don't think they are friends. I think that Candace is capitalizing on Charlie's death. I think she feels horrible. She doesn't feel good about this, but Candace is an opportunist.
Wow, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, man. Man, I'm looking at this, man. PBD Podcast has a lot to say about Candace Owens and her relationship with Charlie Kirk, man. And I'm beginning to think this is some type of conspiracy or something. OG, you there?
Man, I'm right here. It ain't no conspiracy.
OG, he knew that girl. Man, they knew each other. They got numerous of time together.
That man is exactly right. The slave and the slave master are not friends. They're in communication. Just what he said, I've just researched it. In the last 3 years, she has not done one podcast with him together. And her lame ass is trying to say, well, I got Charlie in trouble. I said they weren't on the same stage or platform at that time. She has not been around. Just because she's married to a white man, don't make her friends with a American, I can't even call him an activist, extremist. And the reason she wasn't at the funeral, because there were two things not allowed. One of them was allowed. Dogs are allowed, but it's no niggas allowed.
OG, I really think you need to reassert reassess what you're saying, because this Patrick Bet David podcast, they clearly had it out for her. They really, this guy who comes on there, on Patrick's podcast and started going in on her, he really need to check himself, man, because this woman has always been the type of person who was opinionated just like Charlie. And matter of fact, she in a lot of ways helped Charlie. I know she says she hurt him, but she helped him. Yes, she did. And she responded back to them too. I want you to hear this, what she said, and you hear her well. Listen. Listen.
Let me say one thing.
Go ahead, OG. This is ridiculous.
Does Aunt Jemima get any credit for giving Colonel Sanders his chicken?
Whatever, man. I'm not. These guys listen. The Patrick Bet Davis show truly, and I've listened at him. He interviewed a lot of people, but this one here, I really was like, no, man, they shouldn't even done this, especially when she's mourning Charlie's death like this. I think it's really distasteful.
What did she say? What was her excuse?
Well, hold on. She didn't go because they was out to kill her. Hold on, let me play the.
Oh, they was out. But look, go and look at his memorial.
Hold on.
One black there.
Well, she could have been there. She was a friend of his. Hold on. Let me play the video.
No. First of all, let's get the record straight. At his white memorial, weren't no Negroes involved invited.
She could have came. You saying it was a racist funeral?
Go look at his memorial. It's not one black at his memorial.
Are you seriously trying to?
Aunt Jemima could not show. It ain't no conspiracy. She knows she was not. The help does not come to the ball. She's not.
Hold on. Let me see what.
I told you yesterday that we received way too many emails about Charlie's memorial. All of them were asking specifically for me to confirm that I was going. Didn't feel good to me. It felt very inauthentic. I know these journalists are not my friends. I knew they were writing hit pieces, but all of them included that question. Are you going? Are you going to go? Like, you want me to confirm my attendance so that you know where I'm going to be ahead of time? Am I being paranoid? Or does that seem like a little weird? Even on PBD's show, where he just gives a platform to a guest to completely lie for 2 minutes straight, there is this random second where PBD rather oddly says something along the lines of, you don't think she's going to the funeral? Like, they keep talking about this. Take a listen again.
At some point, her credibility, is going to go down the tubes because she needs to bring receipts. Bill Ackman brought receipts. How long was that tweet?
It's still going. I think
he was there in the room.
Reading it.
Andrew Colbert was there in the room. You're on the board of Turning Point?
Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you saw Candace Owens?
In person?
Yeah.
2015,
Oh, wow.
2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
When's the last time she was at a Turning Point event?
Not in many years.
Okay. And now she's not
because
even invited.
Correct. So this is
So,
their divide is.
Wait a minute, not invited meaning
She's not even there.
Yeah, she's not
there.
one of the names
Wait,
that
you don't think she'll be at the funeral?
No.
That's not the funeral.
The heir to
Oh,
the
okay.
CTP
She
USA throne.
She doesn't speak at the events anymore.
I mean,
Okay, so first and foremost, why did they all want to know if I was going to this event? I said there is no way we are going to this event now. There's a 0% chance. First and foremost, why are you saying invite? Anybody can go to it. You just buy a ticket to the event, and you're all working to try to get me to confirm that I'm going. And you're doing this as if you're trying to like push my buttons and be like, we got to make her get into her ego so she like shows up and like posts it on social media. Nope, actually, while I'm attacking the feds, maybe not going to a public event, which the feds are organizing, is probably a very good idea. I'm good.
Wow, man. Man, Candace Owens, man. Well, first of all, I got to say this, man. Why? And I have to say this. Why is this a thing where you worried about where Candace Owens is going? I got to say that. I get it. She's really, really going to be paranoid because somebody has gotten shot in the neck at an event, and she's known for making these type of remarks at an event herself. So right now she's in cautious mode, and she said she's been taken on the FBI. She's saying that I don't want to get caught up out there and get caught in a situation where I'm vulnerable and somebody could take me out like they did Charlie Kirk. But for these 4 guys who don't look like us to be sitting back talking at her as if they have an issue with her, where does that come from? Is that a jealousy? Hold on. Is that a jealousy thing because her channel is growing and she is doing very well on her channel and all the stuff she's doing? Let me talk, OG. I'll let you talk. But she is doing very well, and she's talking out against the situations of the FBI, to Israel, trying to figure out a way to make America so-called in a situation great again, which I don't agree with that. But at the end of the day, she's just speaking out. And I just have a problem with 4 guys or 3 guys, whoever these guys are, sitting up in a room on this guy's show, on Patrick's show, talking about OG.
Let me tell you this. Let me say this, Sharpton Jr. You didn't know nothing about Candace Williams or whatever.
No. I always know about Candace Owens.
We've never mentioned her in the 4 years.
It doesn't matter. We had no need to. But I remember when she got into it with T.I. I remember when she got into it. I've been knowing Candace Owens.
You just been on the bandwagon, whole harboring for this.
No, I've been knowing Candace Owens. I just told you she got into it with T.I.
We've never mentioned.
She got into it with Charlemagne. She been getting into it with people.
You've never mentioned her. She's an anti-black.
No, she's not.
It's not for black people. She's trying to be a black Barbie, holding her mouth. Hey guys, you think I would get into, because white America loves that Satchmo looking ass lady. She has children by a white man, so she's nothing. And the only reason.
Why do you make everything about black and white, man?
It is black and white. That's what you're making it about. You're asking why these 4 white men is worried about this sapphire. Everybody wants to know if you remember. You probably know they didn't have movies in the country, but it was a movie in the 60s called "Guess Who's Coming to Dinner" with Sidney Poitier. Why his black ass went to these white people's house for dinner. And they did like Steven say, burn up everything after he left. So that's what they would have had to do if she had came and touched the casket. They'd have had to burn, had to cremate this American. So everybody wants to know, is she coming? Is she have enough nerve to bring her black ass to this white man's memorial? And she better not show up, because she's a disgrace to black folks, first of all, sitting up there with a white man talking about making America great again. Where did her chitlin eating butt get? Or she doesn't even eat chitterlings. No. So, no, I believe that this is a disgrace for black people, and for you to even implore that you have some consideration or there's a conspiracy to kill her. She's the greatest thing since apple pie to white America. Cooning, dancing, jumping around, loving white folks.
Wow, I just don't see where you grabbing that information from. This young lady just clearly, I'm looking at her and she's going through a mourning for Charlie Kirk, and they have a relationship. They know each other, man.
Why wouldn't she at the memorial?
She didn't go because she didn't want to have her life in jeopardy going up to that funeral.
Yeah, her life would have been in jeopardy. Them Klansmen would have choked her right over.
It wouldn't have been them, man. She's speaking out on a lot of topics that people are not. These topics are stuff.
Topic?
Bro, you got to go back and check out. She talk about Israel. Here we go. All right, I'm glad you asked that. We can get into it. You said what topic? Well, here it is. We're going to listen to Candace Owens speak at an event, but I want you to just hear this. Watch it. I want you to listen.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to Power on my headphones and go see Ye. How's that for a memorial for Charlie Kirk? That feels like the right thing for me to do right now. I mean, I'm not going to this memorial because it's strange. To lie like this is very strange. For context, just so you can realize how odd this is, I spoke at Turning Point's conference, 2 conferences last year. It's so easily, like I said, debunkable that you have to ask yourself why they are saying it. Here is me speaking on Turning Point USA's stage last year. And here's what I said, by the way, which got Charlie in a lot of trouble.
Well, let me tell you something, America. It does feel so good to go everywhere in the world and to realize that there is awakening, not just happening here. Let me tell you guys, it's happening all across the globe. People are starting to ask the hard questions. And you start getting close when they start to call you names. They instantly want to suggest that there's something wrong and there's something backwards about being America first. You're starting to hear the way they're framing that now. When you say you're America first, they'll ask you, what do you mean you're America first? Do you mean that you're an isolationist? Do you believe that we shouldn't have did what we did during World War II? All of these things trying to pollute it. It's not that difficult. America first. First name America, last name first. We put this country's interests before the interests of foreign countries overseas. All of them. I don't care.
Yeah, it kind of went on and on, but it was kind of me saying, especially since 3 months earlier, I had gotten fired from the Daily Wire, like, Israel, you're not special. And yeah, Charlie got in trouble for the stuff that I said on stage, and then they came inward. I told that I was not allowed to speak at AmFest. The donors were making threats, but like I went on tour with Turning Point last year. It's still on their website. It's so, this is like the strangest thing. We could pull up this website, Live Free Tour, Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens. Quiet breakup. Why are we doing this? It's very strange. Here's all the places that we went to last year. Now they are pushing these headlines that are so far beyond the realm of reality, like the one that I just showed you, where they say that I'm angry. And then when you look into who's writing these articles, like Victoria Churchill, you note that she has a connection to AIPAC.
Man, and so when you look at how she looks and views this, she's speaking out on some of the very topics that Charlie Kirk was speaking out on. Whether you agree with him or not, Whether you don't agree with, hold on, let me finish, OG. Well, OG, you gonna cut me off? I said, listen, whether you agree with them or not, she's still a person that's on a stage in front of a lot of people voicing some of the same views that got Charlie Kirk in the situation he was in. Of course, she's going to be very leery of where she goes. Let me finish and how she reacts to this situation. So, OG, you got to be honest. If you was in the same position, you would not be going to these events.
If you don't be a coward, don't run your mouth. And if you listen to with your eyes closed, you would think she was Barbara Walters.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
It's nothing in this lady's decorum, nothing this tramp says that poses as black. America first name America, last name first. That sounds so stupid. And she's trying to be such a patriot and put America first. She doesn't have a black agenda. She has nothing. Here,
wait a minute. So you have a problem with her because she don't have a black agenda?
Wait a minute. You just said, I just let you talk, and you presented your facts and let this Aunt Jemima jump on the stage and speak for white America. It was nothing a black form that she ever said. She doesn't sound black. She doesn't live black.
How do you sound black?
The only thing brought her back to her blackness is when they said, was she coming to that memorial? And she thought they would tar and feather her.
They call her the N-word and all kind of stuff, OG. You ought to stop it, man. She's basically going through a situation where she feels vulnerable. She feels vulnerable. She feels like somebody could be attempting on her life the way they did Charlie's.
Wait a minute. When it comes to her, you say they tried to call her the N-word, but you've been saying nigga all your life, but now all of a sudden she's just an N-word.
Oh, gee, it's a difference in the way that it's a difference in the way they say and use the word, OG. You know that.
You can say nigga.
Stop doing that.
All of a sudden, you out talking about.
You can't use that word, OG. Good Lord.
Oh, okay, excuse me. But I mean that's appalling to me that you turn around and try to hold your mouth in tight and they're using the N-word. Al Sharpton, get off the bandwagon, bro.
Bro, I think one of the most crucial things that you have to understand is that whether you want to admit it or not, we are all in this same melting pot.
We're not.
Can I finish?
No.
We're all in the same melting pot. No matter how you look at it, that woman has to deal with issues of color just like you. She is a black woman. No matter how you try to frame it up. And at the end of the day, if she's confused in her situation because she hadn't got to where you would like for her to be, I don't give up on her while she's processing, man. She might make it out and change, but we can't just say to hell with Candace Owens. She's one of us. She's one of us. Whether we want to admit it or not, she can change too. What the hell, man?
She's one of y'all. She's not one of us.
She can change, man. And at the end of the day, she can change. And at the end of the day, I defend her if you're trying to do her harm, no matter what. I defend her if she's trying to, if she feel like her life is in jeopardy to go to Charlie Kirk's funeral, then I gotta say, hey man, don't go over there because they could take you out. You got to look at the way that she don't want to go to that funeral. She was on tour with him. She showed you the evidence. And you still doing this, OG, because you don't want to give her the respect.
She did not show one time that she was on the stage with Charlie Kirk.
She was at the same event. She was on the same flyer.
It's not that she is not. It did not show no same flyer. She said it. She got on the stage by herself. And just like that white man said, she has not been in the same room with Charlie Kirk since 2023.
OG, that woman, let me tell you something. Patrick Bet-David podcast was wrong for coming at that girl like that, man.
Show me Boss Talk Al Sharpton talk. Show me, since you come up with all these electronic preaching, show us one time that her and Charlie Kirk was together after 2023.
They were together. They was on tour together.
We'll wait. But you cannot, just like that white man said, they have not been on the same stage.
Patrick Bet Daily, listen, David was wrong for that. He shouldn't have put this panel together.
Exactly.
And he should have put this panel together, and they shouldn't have came for it like this.
Making America great again, and she's not included.
Well, the memorial, and I know it hurt Candace not to be able to go see her friend.
It didn't hurt her.
She was a friend of his, and I know.
She's married to a white man. She's not white.
Oh, gee. I know that was her friend, and I know they did a lot of work together. Seen it.
Did y'all go to boiling crab together or something? How you know them so well?
I'm seeing it on her show. You got to realize this woman ain't just came around. She been around. She been around, and she been the same person. She actually been going through a lot. Sometimes she was jumping over in situations where she was defending things that I agreed with. And then sometimes she was jumping over and defending things I didn't agree with.
What did she defend that you agree with?
Oh, gee, I'm not going to go into the particulars because I don't really want to put my stuff. I agree. I agree on a lot of the things, just like you said about Charlie, that basically some of the things he said you got to agree with. I think a man should be with a woman. I think a man should be with a woman. Some of the points they have are valid. I do think that America should build a lot of things within the American confines and build things up from here. We do have oil. We do have resources. I don't want to go into what I believe, but I'm saying a lot of things they say on some eras or on some ends of the spectrum, I agree with it. Now, some things I totally disagree with.
I never said I didn't agree with the points Charlie Kirk made because I believe in everything that he says for white America. I have another agenda for black America, that we need to take these things that he said and put them to our own use, not for the use.
Oh, gee, we're not separate. We're all in America together, man.
I don't know what bubble you live in.
When you walk out your door and go to the bank or you go to the restaurant, they ain't setting blacks on one side and whites on the other.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. You go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle on me this morning. You could go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle on me. I will pay for it. Or you could go to any one of these restaurants. You're going to be sitting in there with all type of people and all different nationalities. And then when you talk, you wrong because you separate in conversation.
Why did you have to pick Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle? Why did you pick Tiffany's?
Or crustaceans, right?
No, Craig, that's another nigga shit. That's something you sambos. Do you think that's an upper hand with the big plate and the little bitty food? They got places like Tiffany's that when you go up in there, they ask you if you have a reservation. And you say, yeah, I got a reservation. Then they say, oh, wait a minute, is this your reservation? Are you a member? No, I'm not a member. Oh, well, we're full for the night. Yeah, they do this all over America. I've been in them places.
Wow.
Even with celebrities coming in there and because of your skin complexion, you're not invited. Are you a member? Oh, no, it's not blatant segregation. They have it covert now. And they don't say just because you're black, oh, you can't golf at this club because you're not a member. You can't come in this restaurant because, oh, do you have a reservation? Yeah, I made a reservation. Oh, are you a member? So just remember that, Mr. Sharpton, when you...
okay, I'm not going to be Mr. Sharpton. Now, if I called you the Honorable Malcolm X, or the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan, you wouldn't. That we're not gonna play. We're not gonna poke fun at leadership. Now, if you calling me Miss Dr. Martin Luther King and all that, you don't have to do that, OG. It's just us. Valid points are being given, and all I'm telling you is Candace Owens is in transition to be a better person at some point. If you'll talk to her, why don't you talk to her, man?
I wouldn't talk to her with all the tea. Slap that.
Whoa. No, you won't. Man, listen. No, you won't, man. No, you acting like Patrick Bet David and them when it come down to criticizing her on these podcasts. You got to give her a break, man. She's trying to figure this thing out just like everybody else.
No, matter of fact, I would not slap her. I would slap her husband.
No, you won't do none of that, man. And at the end of the day, these are people who trying to figure it out just like everybody else.
They got it figured out.
They trying to figure it out just like everybody else. But I'm about to get off my soapbox because every time I talk to you, I don't get no smarter. I can't figure nothing out. I'm trying to figure out what the heck are you tripping on, man. But anyway, man, let's just think about this for a minute, man. Let's see what came out of this today with me and you talking. First of all, OG is totally going with the PBD podcast and their way that they spoke up against Candace in this memorial and her not knowing Charlie Kirk for the last 2 years in a way to where they was even approachable with one another. And I don't agree with that. I think that they did, and I think that she felt away because that was her friend. Also, get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Do you agree with OG or do you agree with me?
No.
Do you agree with PBD or do you agree with E?
What? Do you agree with Boss Talk that all the time he been calling us niggas, but when it came to Candace Owens, she just the N-word?
No, it's just the way you say it. It's the way you say it, the way you use it.
I mean, what is that? When it comes to Aunt your mama cooking pancakes for white folks, he's not gonna disrespect. He's not gonna call her a nigga like me. He calls her the N.
You silly, man. I can't do this, man. This man crazy. Because I was just saying the N-word on their behalf. He took my words and changed them up. Now, you and I both know what they meant by it and what I mean by it. Two different things, man. Two different ways that we perceive things.
Can we end this podcast? Because, see, you're making me regurgitate.
Hey guys, man, get in the comments. Let us know what you think. And if you still watching, guys, hey, if y'all checking this out and y'all see Boss Talk 101, check the next clip out, man. David pretty much is under scrutiny. They found infant remains somewhere close to where they are at now. So this story is getting way more spookier, guys. Gotta check this out. Me and OG talked about a few things on this, David and this Celeste, man. It's just a horrible situation, man. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.